Do you have rigid beliefs? Are you willing to question those beliefs? At some point, start questioning your very fundamental beliefs. When we remain stuck in the dualistic mind, we become locked into the limitation of time and separation through our expectations and our beliefs. Eventually, the swinging pendulum of constant and endless encounters with expectation and disappointment, effort and inadequacy, strength and weaknesses, all play their part in our awakening from the dream of the mind. In the world of time, purposes and goals are perfectly appropriate and serve as stepping stones. But there is so much investment placed on the attachment and expectations that surround them, becoming this, belonging to that, processes to change or to be better, methods to purify, and so many more. Be willing to question and let go of your beliefs. We must be aware of even the tiniest sliver, the thinnest of beliefs that we hold, and let them go. Even the thoughts that feel very uncomfortable, even if it's an overriding belief in your life that you know is a problem. These are actually indicators that you're holding on to that belief. You're afraid of letting it go simply because you're afraid of the unknown, the mystery that you're going to walk right into the moment you let it go. Beliefs are extremely binding, but are simply thoughts. They are simply things. They don't define you and are not who you really are. Examine what you're holding on to. It may feel like you, but they are just the view you're forming about literally everything. You have identified with these beliefs, and they seem so real that you've overlooked them. You've never really stopped to consider that they are actually beliefs. Ask yourself, who would you be without that belief? Or what would be here without that belief? We never think to ask these questions. These kinds of questions are very powerful when you're ready for self-realization. If you really don't like a certain person, in your mind, you know exactly why you're right about this. They do this and that. They're selfish, they're narcissistic, they're just objectively not a good person. You think you're seeing them, but in fact, you're not really seeing them. You're seeing your own view of them, and you're holding very tightly to it. This applies to all sorts of things: politics, religion, and so on. It is actually our own view of them. Realize that this is a person just like you. Realize that this is your personal view of them. Deep down, we're scared to question our most closely held, even mundane beliefs. These beliefs are going to be there when you're ready to look there and start letting go. We all think we're experts. We know all about this and that. In fact, it is so dangerous when you think you know things. You think you know about everything. But this is the massive pretender. It is all smoke and mirrors, and it's very sticky. It has a stickiness to it because you're threatened. As we move from one belief to another, we seem unwilling to see that this also invites suffering. Challenge yourself on these fundamentally held beliefs. The way you know it's a fundamentally held belief is because you will have a physical reaction to it. You'll feel something is going away. No, 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 I don't want to look there. This is a good indicator that there is something in you that you don't want to see. You try to justify it, to get around it, simply not wanting to look right at it. If you feel that inner turmoil, that's perfect. Look right there when you're ready to look into your identity. Simply see through the beliefs you have, your own competitiveness, or the belief that someone else has something you don't. These beliefs are binding you. See through these and it will be naturally revealed, because it's all right where you are, right in front of you. When you see through a single one of these beliefs, all the cards supporting the paper house start to collapse. It's really that simple, but it requires surrender. Once you step across that belief, the gateless gate will be revealed. Be willing to go into the belief defenseless, surrendered, and vulnerable. What is amazing is these beliefs can seem so paper thin, a whisper thin thought, just that tiny thought that says, "This isn't it, that's enough." These doubts have a lot of influence and are enough to break you away from seeing what is actually happening, and the suffering continues. Don't give in to the temptation of doubt. It is just your own overlay, your own perceptions, your own beliefs, which will always be distorted by preconceived ideas. Be willing to be humbled. This humbleness and the mystery are one and the same. They're interwoven. Our attachment to purpose is born from our need to prove something to ourselves and to others. But life is simply life and is not trying to prove anything at all. Life goes on the way it does and always will do. It has its own purpose and doesn't need a reason to be. That is the sheer beauty of creation. In our rush to find a better situation in time, we trample over the sweet perfume of beingness that presents itself in each and every moment. By letting go of our fascination with all of this, we can allow ourselves to recognize the simple wonder that lies within the ordinary. We can step into the timeless realm of the space between. If you enjoyed this content, please consider giving it a thumbs up, as it not only helps provide valuable feedback, but also helps these videos reach a wider global audience. Thank you for watching.